Welcome. This is a presentation through the College of Engineering and Computing, how to change your major to computer science or software engineering in the CSE department. Please continue watching if you are interested in changing your major to CSE. The process. Watch this entire video. Decide if you are interested in changing your major or adding a CSE major. CSE stands for Computer Science and Software Engineering. If you decide a CSE major is right for you, follow all the steps in this video to get the major declared. At the end, you'll have to take a Canvas quiz and score at least an 11 out of 13 and respond to the short answer question at the end of the quiz. So, computer science or software engineering? Computer science or software engineering. Software engineers are typically the planners. They focus more on the process of developing large software products. They work with a lot of people. They work with the client to figure software requirements. They work with the developers to make sure the correct software is being developed. They focus more on the big picture. For example, helping a grocery store plan the software for ordering groceries online. What about computer scientists? They focus more on programming, algorithms, data structures, and systems. They focus on solving problems using code. For example, finding patterns in the movies people watch on Netflix in order to recommend other movies a person might want to watch. So, computer science or software engineering. It doesn't matter which one you choose at first. It's easy to make this change in the first few semesters. So make your best guess. After you take CSE 274 and CSE 201, you will have a better idea of which one fits you better. So the computer science major gives you two choices for your degree, a Bachelor of Science, a BS, or a Bachelor of Arts, which is a BA. Software engineering is only a BS degree. So what is the BS and BA? What do they have in common? Same intro courses, CEC 111 and CEC 112. Same CSE courses, which is 174, 201, 262, 271, 274, 278, 374, 381, 383, and 465 are all of your same CSE courses. Same Senior Design Project, which is CSE 448 and 449. Same core Math Stat courses, which is Math 151 and 231, and Intro to Stats, which is Stats 261 or 301, depending on your choice. Both degrees require at least 4 CSE electives. If you choose the BS degree, it requires 7, but if you choose the BA, it only requires 4 CS electives. So, comparing the BS and the BA. Like we mentioned before, you need 7 CS electives for the Bachelor of Science and 4 CSE electives for the Bachelor of Arts. You need the same Math Stat core classes like we mentioned before, but with the Bachelor of Science, the BS degree, you need 3 upper-level Math Stat electives on top of the ones we mentioned. But with the Bachelor of Arts, you don't need any of that upper-level Math Stat courses, besides your Calc 1, discrete math, and statistics. Science courses. For the Bachelor of Science, you need 2 science courses for science majors. This can be Bio 115 and Bio 116, Chemistry 141, 144, and 142, 145, and then also Physics 181, 183, or 182 and 184. You have specific science requirements for the BS degree. For the BA degree, you just need 2 Miami Plan science courses, one with a lab. This gives you more options for which sciences you want to choose. 1 additional Math Stat Science elective is required for the BS degree, while it is not required for the BA degree. For a Bachelor of Science, you don't have to have a minor or a second major, but you can if you want. If you choose the BA degree, you are required to have a minor or a second major that must be outside of our department, which is the CSE department. Planning your courses. Flowcharts are available online on our website. The BA in Computer Science, here's the flowchart for that, and we talked about the core requirements and the different math and science requirements before. I'll give you a second to take a look at this flowchart. Here is the flowchart for the Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. We talked about this requirements a few minutes ago, but I'll give you a second to take a look at this flowchart. BS in Software Engineering. Here is our flowchart for the BS in Software Engineering. I'll give you a few seconds to take a look. Choosing the right courses. Pick the right intro courses. You have your CEC 111 and your CEC 112. CSE 111 is offered in the fall only, and 112 is offered in the spring only, but you can take them in either order. Pick the right programming course. If you meet the Math 125 pre-calc requirement, you can start off taking CSE 174, followed by CSE 271, and then followed by 274. These courses are also available in the winter and summer if you need to catch up. You also have to pick your right math course, whether it's Calculus 1, Discrete Math, or you might be starting in Pre-Calculus. Typical schedule for a new CSE major includes CEC 111, and then 112 in the spring, CSE 174, and Math 151, which is Calculus 1, and then maybe some other classes like your Miami Plain classes to balance out your schedule. 12 to 18 hours as a full-time student. We would like you to be at 15 to 16 to make sure you're staying on track with your major. What about some other classes? You could take English 111 if you have not gotten credit for English yet. Your science classes, you also have to take STC 135, which is your public speaking class, your stats class, Miami Plain classes, and classes just for fun are some other options. Picking statistics. There are 2 statistics courses you can choose from. Statistics 261 is 4 hours. It's a good general intro. 301 is 3 hours. It's more rigorous and calculus-based. If you took AP Statistics, you can get credit for your Stats 261. So, depending on how much you like calculus, will determine if you take Stats 261 or Stats 301. Picking science, which is the BS option. If you choose the BS option, you have to pick 2 out of these 6 science classes that we talked about before. You are allowed to mix and match, and you also might have AP credit for it, so be aware of that. The BA option, you have more of a choice for your science classes. You can pick any 2 Miami Plain classes. One must be a physical science and one a biological science. Remember, one of these sciences has to have a lab. You also could have AP credit for some of these as well. Some other AP credit, you could have credit for Calc A, B, or BC, depending on your 3, 4, or 5, or you could have come in with Computer Science A credit. You could possibly get out of a coding class or 2, depending on your score for your Computer Science A credit if you brought that in. Some other AP could be your physics, your chem, your bio, maybe some English, or even Miami Plain classes. So make sure you are aware of all of AP credit that you've brought in. Credit, no credit versus letter grade. All courses in chemistry, physics, biology, mathematics, statistics, and those in the College of Engineering and Computing, which means CPB, CSE, CYB, ECE, EGM, MME, CEC, and QTM, that are used to fulfill requirements of the major must be taken for a letter grade. Additionally, all courses used to fill CSE electives, CYB electives, QTM track requirements must be taken for a letter grade, regardless of the department in which the course is taken. So, what's next? If you decided you want to become a computer science BS or BA major, or maybe you want to be a software engineering major, please take the Canvas quiz. Follow the directions at the end of the quiz and how to contact CSE Advising to schedule your advising appointment. Come prepared to your advising session with specific questions and a draft of next semester's schedule. Hope you enjoyed the presentation. Thank you.